You drink cow milk, maybe goat milk. Some people drink camel milk, yak milk, even reindeer milk. Humans have figured out how to drink milk from at least 15 different animals. But here is something nobody ever talks about: the donkey. You have probably never once thought about drinking donkey milk. And yet, donkeys have been living beside humans for 10,000 years. They have carried our things, plowed our fields, and walked our roads. And the entire time, we walked right past their milk. Why? First, let us establish something surprising. Donkey milk is not strange, it is not exotic, and it is definitely not new. The earliest records of humans using donkey milk go back 4,500 years. Ancient Egypt. Before the pyramids were finished, donkeys were already being milked, and donkey milk was considered something extraordinary, not ordinary food, something precious, something reserved for the powerful and the sick, not because it tasted bad, because it worked. Now, here comes the twist that nobody expects. Donkey milk is the closest thing in nature to human breast milk. Not cow milk, not goat milk, donkey milk. Scientists have measured it, the protein profile, the fat content, the sugar levels, the immune factors. Donkey milk matches human milk more closely than any other animal milk on Earth, which means for most of human history, when a mother could not feed her own baby, donkey milk was the answer. Not formula, not cow milk, a donkey. In the 1800s, in major European cities, this was not history. This was Tuesday. Merchants walked through the streets of Paris, London, and Rome, leading donkeys, and they called out to the crowds, "Donkey milk, good donkey milk." People came out of their homes to buy it. Hospitals used it. Wealthy families kept donkeys specifically for the milk. And in some cases, orphan infants were brought directly to the donkey, and they drank from the donkey itself, not from a bottle, from the animal. And then there is Cleopatra. You have probably heard the story. She bathed in milk to keep her skin young. But here is what most retellings leave out. It was not cow milk, it was donkey milk. And she did not keep a few donkeys, she kept 700 donkeys, maintained specifically to fill her bath every single day. 700 animals for one woman's skin. And the reason was not vanity alone. Donkey milk contains lactic acid, a natural exfoliant. Scientists today use the exact same compound in premium skincare products. Cleopatra had figured this out 2,000 years earlier. So, if donkey milk is this extraordinary, why is it not in your refrigerator right now? Here is the answer. And it starts with one simple biological problem. A donkey does not produce very much milk. A dairy cow, a modern one, can produce between 20 and 30 litres of milk per day. A donkey produces somewhere between 1 and 2 litres per day. That is not a typo, 1 to 2 litres, from an animal that requires the same amount of care, space, and feeding as something much larger. The math is brutal. Now add another problem. Donkeys are not easy to milk. A cow stands still. A cow has a large udder in one accessible location. A cow has been bred for thousands of years to cooperate with milking. A donkey is different. Donkeys can be stubborn. As you may have heard, their milk comes in short bursts triggered by the foal nursing. If the foal is not present, the milk often does not flow. Some donkey farmers have to use the foal to start the flow, then quickly collect what they can. It is a negotiation with a donkey. And yet, right now, in 2025, something is changing. Donkey milk is experiencing a quiet revival. Across Italy, France, and the Balkans, small specialized donkey farms are producing donkey milk for a very specific market. not for everyday grocery stores, for premium health products, for parents of babies with cow milk allergies who cannot find another option, for elderly people whose immune systems respond better to donkey milk than cow milk. And the price reflects how rare it is. 1 litre of donkey milk can cost between 10 and 40 euros. In some markets, even more. And here is the fact that ties everything together. The most expensive cheese in the world is made from donkey milk. It comes from Serbia. It is called plowed. And 1 kilogram costs around 1,000 euros, more than gold by weight in some years. It is made from the milk of Balkan donkeys, a rare breed. Each donkey produces very little. The cheese takes enormous effort to produce, and people pay for it, because nothing else in the world tastes like it. The donkey, the animal we forgot to milk, turns out to make the most extraordinary dairy product on earth. So here is the real answer to why we do not drink donkey milk. It is not because it is bad. It is not because it is strange. It is because the math never worked at scale. A donkey gives too little milk for too much effort. And by the time humans had built an entire civilization around cow milk, with factories, with breeds, with infrastructure, there was simply no reason to switch. The donkey was already doing something else for us, and it was too busy carrying our things to compete with the cow. But here is what this story is really about. The donkey has been beside us for 10,000 years. It carried the things we could not carry. It walked the roads we needed walked. It fed our babies when nothing else could. It kept a queen beautiful for a lifetime. And still, somehow, it ended up as the punchline of every stubborn animal joke. The donkey never got credit for any of it. Not the medicine, not the babies it saved, not the cheese, not the skin treatments, not the 10,000 years of service. Maybe it deserves a little more credit than we give it. Subscribe if this made you think differently about an animal you had never really considered. And if you know someone who drinks milk every morning without ever wondering where it came from or why it came from a cow and not a donkey, send this to them, because the donkey has been waiting 10,000 years for someone to finally ask. See you next time.